Good morning. It's May the 4th, Thursday, May the 4th, 2023. Not been on for a few days, but this is a reading for the full moon eclipse in Scorpio. May is going to be seen as, for many, is going to seem like a real trial, an emotional trial. And there's a lot of stuff happening in the sky, but for many people, they're going to have things come up from the past. It could be a trauma from the past. It could be something that you know about. It could be something that you're unaware of. It could be something, just even something as simple as a distant memory from way, way long ago, that might seem like really irrelevant. You might think, God, why did I think of that? I've not thought of that for 30 years. But these sorts of things are going to happen. Things are going to come up, emotional things are going to come up in order for you to be able to put that baby to bed. May is also going to be a time of real change, and to the biggest degree, it's change that you cannot do anything about, and it's down to attitude. You might not be able to do anything about the change, but can you make the most of that change? Anyway, don't forget to like and please comment on my videos. I know lots of people watch my videos, well, lots more people than have done, but many people don't send a like or a comment, whether that's positive or negative. All comments are welcome here, as long as they're not really horrendous, they'll be left on. I've already pulled one card, but let me just say, I've pulled one card from the Star Codes Astro Oracle, and I will be looking at the Angel Wisdom Tarot and the Tarot of Mystical Moments. The Angel Wisdom Tarot is by Radley Valentine. Tarot of Mystical Moments is by Katrin Weltstein. I've only pulled the one card from the Star Codes Astro, and we've got climate. Now, it's not about climate as we know it, the climate of the earth. This is about your inner climate. Today, this person's in the fetal position, the sort of position you go into when you're overwhelmed, you're upset, you're fearful. It's the inner climate that's going to be in turmoil, and it's about the waters of your body, if you like. We are 70% water. We are 99.9999% space. And that air, that water inside of us, that space inside of us is sort of getting ready to purge quite a lot of this emotional stuff, and for some it's going to feel quite emotionally overwhelming. Things are coming up to be dealt with. It's not going to be an easy month for many, but it will be easier if you learn to ride through it, work with it rather than against it. And this is also telling me about old fears, fears that have been with you all of your life, that you've not faced, that they are now coming up to be faced, and those old fears aren't as big as you had in your conscious mind. Right, what I'm seeing now are orbs. You might not be able to see anything at all, but I can see orbs all around me. It's almost, yeah, because this is going to be a difficult and emotional time for many, things coming up to the surface. This is where your guides, your spirit guides, they are drawing close to you. This full moon is going to have an effect on us for a few days, but actually it's going to linger for about 6 months. So over the next 6 months, there's going to be things coming up to be dealt with, fears and anxieties being dealt with and ended. Full moons are about endings. It's about bringing it up. Don't swallow it down. Bring it down to end it. Right. let's take an Angel Wisdom by Radley Valentine. I've already shuffled the cards, I've already meditated on the cards, I've already sent Reiki to the cards. Let me just sit a minute. I feel like I've got to sit a minute with this deck. Okay, one more shuffle. Okay, so one more shuffle. One more shuffle. Doing it. I feel as though if you don't already meditate, I say it all the time, but now is going to be a time for inner calm, inner introspection, giving yourself the time to sit back and think and meditate perhaps, and allow what's really pressing that your conscious is not aware of just to come to the surface. Things are coming to the surface, but they will only come to the surface if you sit a minute. Otherwise they'll get buried again, and next time it's time for them to come up to be dealt with. It will be felt much more intensely than it will if you do it now. No? What's the... you want a question for the full moon. What's... In my head I said, what's the most pressing thing? And I've got two. So what we got? We've got the Two of Swords. The Two of Swords. And we've got the Page of Pentacles, Page of Earth. Two of Swords. Let me look at this card. Yeah. Okay. If you look at this card, this is someone who's portraying an image of someone who's very, very, very strong. Now is not the time to put on a brave face. Now is not the time to be telling everyone you're okay when you're not. And that's about not swallowing it down, not giving yourself time to allow issues to be raised to the surface. And the Page of Pentacles is usually an offer. Pentacles is to do with the material world, so some sort of work issue coming up. Let me just have a look at this person. I don't like reading the words on these cards because I find them distracting. I tend to just read the image. Okay. Interestingly enough, on this card we have a rabbit, and I think over the last few, I don't know when the last video was, but we had rabbit from the Wild Animal Spirit deck. Rabbits are the people who are the type of people who are quite alarmist, very alarmist. While this person is reading the books, they've got here a sort of an alarmist viewpoint coming out in these, whatever this person is reading. So you already have enough. This is about, how can I put this? Be careful what you read. Be careful of what you watch. And if you find yourself reading or watching something that's projecting fear or an alarmist viewpoint, read past the alarm and into what's real. Do your own research, because you've got enough going on emotionally, dealing with your own inner conflict, letting it come to the surface to deal with it without listening to an alarmist viewpoint, which will just blur your vision. You've got to be more focused. You need to be focused on what you have to do, but you also need to be focused on you right now. On a grander scale, things are coming to the surface to be dealt with, which might cause a lot of turmoil in the world in the next 6 months. But this is about change. Don't forget, we're on, the full moon is the 5th of May. 2023. 5, 5, 23, 2 and 3 is a 5. It's a portal. This is about real total change. So this is like the starting point. So usually when you want to change something, drastic change this is about, usually when you want to make a drastic change, there is usually a huge pullback from that or resistance from that. So as things begin to change in the world and in your inner world and in your outer world, you'll come up against resistance. You'll see resistance. You'll see individual and collective resistance. We're coming up to it's going to be a pretty erratic time, but personally speaking, it's going to be an emotional time. Your emotional climate will feel in turmoil, and your knee-jerk reaction will be to go and bury your head in the sand. And what we've got the 5 of Pentacles. Right, so we've got the 5 of Pentacles. Here we've got an angel watching over this person who's portraying an image of poverty. 5 of Pentacles is always a difficult card for me. I don't particularly like it, but in this particular case, it's showing you that you are divinely protected, and the fears that you have are not necessarily as horrendous as your subconscious has led you to believe. Now, your subconscious mind is there to protect you, and it doesn't always get things right. And if you think about the amount of time that we have spent the last 3 years, and probably even longer without us really realizing it, we have had fearful an element of fear projected out to us constantly for 3 years. It's still going, and over time the subconscious will take that in and make that fear factor even bigger. It's about breaking down those barriers. It's about those inner barriers, those inner fears, because it's the fears that are stopping you from reaching your full potential. Fear reduces your immunity. Fear lowers your vibration. It's one of the lowest vibrations you can resonate at. It's about living your life. Just living your life to the best of your capability, recognizing what's inward that needs to be resolved and let go of. Because it's the full moon, we're on about letting go of stuff. Discover what you need to let go of, and be willing to let go of your inner fears. That you've been hanging on to for a long time, and for many people it won't be anything that you know about. It'll be something that's very much subconscious. It needs to come up now. So you need to spend some time, quiet time, just watching your thoughts and see what comes up. Whatever comes up will be what's been stuck in your subconscious. The energetic fear that you've held in your body. Fear lowers your immunity. Fear can make you ill over time, physically ill. One more, please. What should we expect from this full moon in the long term, please? What should we expect from this full moon in the long term? And we've got 3. Which one first? This will be all of them. Okay. I wondered when this was going to come up. We've got the Queen of Cups. In the long term, your ability to be psychically aware, spiritually aware, will become more pronounced. We've got Scorpio. It's about hidden depths. It's also about spirituality and intuition. So your intuition will be starting to develop, whether you like it or not. We've got the 4 of Pentacles. Okay, Financially, things will become a little bit easier. You'll be able to manage your money a little bit better. You'll be able to manage your money a little bit better. And I'm feeling heart chakra in this. It's very green. It feels like not only will you be able to manage your money better and be more stable with your own personal economic circumstances, you will have a little bit more of a compassionate heart. So maybe that will allow you to be more giving towards others less fortunate. And the last one, once you open up your intuition, sort out your finances and are in a more settled state with your finances and become more charitable, that will help to spark your inspiration, your creativity, and that will help you move on to your next phase of life, your next project of life. Dragon energy. Yeah, and anything that you have anything that you have started and let go of, that's stuff in the back of the cupboard. Could be knitting, could be crochet, could be something crafty, something creative. Anything that you've started that you've half done, you'll be able to finish that project. Let's have a tarot of mystical moments. I want to clarify this transits card, please. Transits. Emotional transits. Can you give me a card to clarify transits, if there's anything I've missed off? Eight of Wands. So we've got this emotional transits. Feeling a little bit closed off, a little bit fearful. And then we've got the Eight of Wands. And the Eight of Wands is always about quick, very fast communication, really fast communication. I think that's a warning. Quick communication could be the internet, it could be text messages, it could be emails, it could be phone calls, it could just be conversations that are coming at you thick and fast and just makes you want to go and lie down. Can I have a... Right, so there's three at this side. And then there's the whole deck at the other. Right, the whole deck's warmer, so the whole deck's red hot. So let's... What is it about the Eight of Wands, please? What is the Eight of Wands? Four of Pentacles in reverse. So, yeah. Four of Pentacles is quite a happy card. It's an 11-11. It's a portal. Excuse me. Four of Pentacles. Yeah. This person's, in the upright, this person's locked themselves away from their household, themselves, their inner household is padlocked away from the rest of the world. In reverse, it's about this, you've locked yourself away. You're going to get lots of communication that might fuel this feeling of just wanting to be left alone, but you need to unlock the padlock, walk through the gate, be in the world, but learn to shut off your ears, learn to shut off your eyes to everything outside of you. Whatever happens outside happens within. So if there's chaos out there, it's because there is chaos within, and we're energetic beings. So the more of us that are chaotic emotionally gets projected out into the world as chaos, It's about projecting out into the world a different inner being, one that isn't quite so fearful, one that has dealt with the traumas from the past, one that isn't listening to all the shite, because it only takes a few of us that are in a different place emotionally, who isn't absorbing all this fear, all this fear with the rabbit. We're not reading all the fear, we're not watching all the fear, we're just seeing what we see and making our own minds up, doing our own research. We're all fearful of something, but that energy rubs off. And I'll give you an example. In the workplace, where I work, we have people who are, really quite fearful of what's going to come next in the world and what does that mean for us. And then for some reason they always ask me now what I think. It's almost like a reassurance that we're going to get through it. We're going to get through it. Everything will be all right. You have to believe that, though. You don't need me to tell you this. You need to be able to tell this to yourself. So this full moon, it's about letting go of those buried fears, those buried anxieties and worries. Raise your vibration, step out of the fear and live life, because it will be okay. It might be difficult, it's going to feel difficult for a lot of people emotionally, myself included. I've not exactly had a happy shiny time recently, but it's birthing pains. Tomorrow we'll be going through a portal, we'll be entering a portal, and it's like being birthed into a new era. So that's that. Tomorrow, once I've finished work, I would like to do a tarot video about the reign of King Charles. I've already been told a few things by my guides, and I'd like to know if the cards are going to mirror what I've been told. So if you're interested in that, at some point tomorrow or Saturday I will be doing a coronation video ahead of King Charles's coronation. With that said, thank you for watching, thank you for supporting. If you like my videos, please consider subscribing. I appreciate every last one of you, and if you enjoy any of it, just click the like button. It doesn't hurt, it doesn't take long, you don't have to pay anything, and I'm not getting paid for it, but it helps my channel, and I appreciate it. Take care, and I'll see you soon. Ta-ra.